Hello, you. It's me. And Lifetime succeeded in exactly what they wanted to do. They made Gypsy a sympathetic character. How do I know this? I can't tell you the number of people I have heard say, even ones that I usually watch all the time, say, I'm not a fan of Gypsy, but the way that Ken treated her was just unfair. Like, nobody should be treated that way. And I mentioned that he was a dick, sure. But do you think she deserves less? Do you think she deserves more? Gypsy should not be free. Gypsy committed premeditated murder. She should be in a prison cell for life or on death row. Those are the two choices. She should not be out and about gallivanting, oh, look at me, I'm pregnant. Oh no, my boyfriend's mean at me. Who cares? She's on borrowed time. I couldn't give two fucks about what Ken says or does with her or treats her. Now, I am concerned for the child, if there is one, which there seems to be. I don't know if Raina is a great person. Maybe better than Ken. I don't know. They all seem in the Gypsy camp to be big fat liars, so I don't know that anyone is safe. But if CPS is indeed keeping tabs, which I hope they are, I hope they discover this soon and take that baby away somewhere safe. Maybe with the Petries. Maybe they'd be a lot safer there, with Dee Dee's family. But we know Rod and Christy aren't great. I didn't realize this until I was listening to some other YouTubers talk about it. But Rod had given up on Gypsy, thought she was going to die around 18, and so he just stopped seeing her. Because she was, in fact, a sick little girl. And Christy, I think it was on Toddy One Skip, she mentioned that one of her commenters mentioned, why was she asking about how to make a bottle if the baby had been there for a week while Gypsy and Ken were in LA? Good question. That was a brilliant question. How did she not know? So a baby probably wasn't with Christy and Rod. Probably with Raina, Ken's mom. The baby looks healthy and looks older than what they keep saying. That baby does not look almost 3 months old. It looks almost 4 going into 5 months. I think the idea that Gypsy gave birth in November is probably a good guess. Anyway, why are so many people falling for this Lifetime ruse? It's ridiculous. Lifetime saw everything that was going on, so they wanted to turn the tables, make a Gypsy a sympathetic character, so that we would all feel sorry for her and forget about the crime that she committed. Not only offing her mother, but look what she's done to Nick Godejohn. And now, instead of him being her big hero, now he is a disgusting psychopath piece of shit. Really? When did that turn around? You're getting a little too confident in your freedom there, Gyp Gyp. And I say Gyp Gyp because a lot of people do, and I find it kind of funny, and saying her whole name, Gypsy, feels like we're giving her too much respect. She doesn't deserve any respect. She deserves nothing. She deserves to go back to prison. And it's just shocking and appalling. Like, I know not everybody knows her crime, at least the extent of her crime, but even just knowing that she offed her mom, she wasn't abused, she was spoiled, and she convinced a mentally, I'm trying to say it in a nice way because I don't want to offend Mr. Nick Godejohn. He is so innocent in all of this. He really is. Because of his mental disability, we'll leave it at that. He has mental disabilities. And coercion is very easy for somebody with mental disabilities such as his. And she took advantage of that in the worst ways and made him the fall guy. And now I'm just feeling so sick that people are feeling sorry for Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who offed her mom, ruined her then boyfriend's life by getting put in prison for life, and now turning the tables and making him out to be the bad guy when she was the bad guy. She still is the bad guy. She is the monster. Don't get it twisted. Gypsy is the monster. I couldn't care less what Ken did to her, does to her, has done in the past. Couldn't give a flying fuck. The only thing I care about is the safety of the child, which CPS seems to be on top of, thank God, and getting Gypsy back to where she belongs. Is that going to be easy? I don't know. I feel like after June, she's going to make it a lot easier. I hope she does. I'll be watching. I'll be waiting. But to throw poor Nick under the bus like that, when is he going to speak up? For fuck's sake, I want him to speak up. I've seen a lot of his interviews. I read a lot of the paperwork. I want him to tell his story. Where is the journalist going to Nick Godejohn and saying, hey, what really happened? Because guess what? Gypsy won't tell it. I was watching Case, and Case brought up something so interesting. He said it was his worst video. I think it's one of his best. He took all these different clips of Gypsy saying, talking to Dr. Phil saying, I never even went to kindergarten. Okay, and then in her book, I think it said that she did go to kindergarten. And then somewhere else, I think it was maybe in court, she said she went to 2nd grade. But there are pictures showing that she was in a private Catholic school up until about 4th grade. So where's the fucking truth? You're not going to get it out of Gypsy, but you might be able to get it out of Nick. Just based on his Asperger's syndrome, I think that's what he has. That's the kind of autism he has. Just based on that, he doesn't tell lies. I want to see him speak up. I want to see a 60 minutes piece on interviewing him in prison and let him talk. I want to see Dr. Phil going to Nick Godejohn and let him talk and let him tell his side of the story. I want to see all these interviewers behind bars, in for life. What's it like? Anything. Any fucking thing. I am so sick of all of this. Oh, poor Gypsy. Poor Gypsy, my ass. What is there to feel sorry for her about? Because her boyfriend is a dick? She deserves it. She deserves a lot worse. Again, what Gypsy deserves is to be in prison for life. That's it. I don't know whether to get mad at all these people or to try to explain. No. I know Lifetime is trying to humanize her. She is not human. She is subhuman garbage. And I mean that with all my heart. She is not a good person. She has a mental illness that makes her unsafe to be in public. Not just the public eye. But it makes her unsafe to be around people. She should not be around people. And I don't know how to get through to people who think like that. Again, I get it. Lifetime is trying to make her a human being so that people will feel sorry for her and maybe won't get on her ass about all the things that she has done and probably will still be doing. Don't fall for it. It's all lies and bullshit, like everything that comes out of Gypsy's mouth. Ken is a dick. How do you know that wasn't scripted? How do you know they're not doing this on purpose to make her look more human so that people will leave her alone? That's what they're doing. That's what I'm guessing they're doing. That's my opinion. I don't know. You tell me what you think. Now that I've gotten that off my chest, I just want to thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for all new subscribers, and thank you for all the subscribers that have been with me since I was only at 9. And thank you for all the comments, because I read every one of them, and I appreciate you so much for taking the time to say something. And if you disagree with me, say something about it. I'd love to hear it. But I don't know how anyone could. She's not, in my opinion, she's not human. She doesn't feel. It is of my opinion, allegedly, whatever you want to say, that yeah, she's a psychopath. Legitimate, clinical psychopath. She cares about nobody but herself. Did she get hurt by anything Ken said? Probably not. She can mask it and pretend that she was offended, and she was quote-unquote pregnant at the time. So, oh, her hormones are so crazy, no wonder why she cried. Yeah, maybe. But it's all very suspiciously we all know, or we should know, reality TV is not real. And they clipped a moment in time so that people would get off her ass. But you know what? Stay on it. Stay vigilant. Justice for Nick. Anyway, that's all I got to say.